Can't believe we really beat the dragon. Pretty impressive. That's why you the man, Sorey.
I know. It's about Edna's brother, isn't it?
You might have noticed that already, but if we shoot Eisen with Siegfried,
we might be able to get rid of the malevolence and return him to normal.
it's still only a possibility. We may need more than one bullet. And who knows if this will even work.
Yeah. I know that now's not the time.
Sorry. Maybe I said too much.
But if we scour the world, we might be able to find another way.
Yeah. But Heldolf ain't gonna wait for us.
This could be our only chance.
I'm not forcing it, you know.
Because you'll do it yourself anyways, right?
You bet I will.
Sergei, how did the negotiations with Highland go?
His Majesty and the King of Highland agreed to make peace with each other. But the process is proving quite difficult.
Even though the king agreed to it?
It's a mere formality. The conservatives are steadfastly refusing to give up their conditions. And the progressives use this opportunity to build political power. We have allies and enemies on both sides of the fence. Things are indeed in disarray.
Man, just hearing about it wears me out.
Yeah, sounds pretty tough.
Never. It's nothing compared to what Sorey and his lady have endured.
Just FYI, I'm not actually his...
Milady, it is very fortunate to have someone by your side when the road ahead is rife with danger. It's common for men focused on their intentions to not realize how fortunate they are. Please, look after him.
All right, leave it to me.
Please, forgive me. I'm sure I didn't need to tell you. It's time for the next meeting. Please excuse me.
Sergei.
Don't worry. I won't budge. For all those who have paved the way for us.
That's a whole bunch of Normin we found.
Yes, an abnormal amount.
But I gotta say, their abilities really are helpful. Why does everyone leave them alone?
Yeah, you'd think there would be droves of Seraphim asking for their help.
Long ago, there was in fact an enormous demand for them. They were booked up for months at a time.
So why are they just wandering around now?
One day their leader, well, their leader-ish person, rose up against the extreme work conditions, demanding autonomy for Normin Seraphim, plus a significant raise in wages. He called on the other Normin to join the fight for independence.
A Norman revolt?
Were there many casualties?
None. The only one pushing for independence was the leader-ish fellow. The others were simply like,
We don't mind helping, but it'd be real sweet if we could get maybe a 300-year break between crunch time.
and that was more or less that.
So easy going. But that's Norman for you.
And what happened to the leader?
Well, that's a whole nother...
After a protracted battle with another Seraph, he lost and was never seen again. Or so the story goes.
Huh. So Normin have their own history too.
Lila, I get. But you sure know a lot about Norman, Edna. You really must like them a whole...
I just hear rumors, that's all.
Huh? What's up with the two of you?
We were going to report to you about two separate incidents.
But it looks like they're related.
What do you mean?
I had some info about the Romano firm. The owner, Romano, is supposedly an art connoisseur. People who went bankrupt offered him their prized arts as collateral for relief.
Mine was about the children of the vagrant hunters. Apparently, their targets were carriers hired by those bankrupt families. So the stolen goods were works of art, to be taken as collateral for Romano.
Could that be just coincidence?
Everything happens from the interrelated strands of coincidence. But behind every hint of self-interest is an intention.
Right.
Romano claimed breach of contract, saying he didn't get the goods and gave a final warning. That's why so many have had to file bankruptcy.
And what happened to the artworks?
He's taken them all for himself.
So this was all a scheme for him to get his hands on them.
Can't be held accountable if there's no evidence, right?
The only evidence there is would be the group of children who attacked the carrier.
So that's what he meant by destroying the evidence. That no good, lousy son of a...
All right, I'll go find out myself.
Romano's headed for Marland. Be careful.
He must have bodyguards too.
Roger. You two keep investigating. Hey,
I'll go too.
thanks.
Lila, sit here for a second.
What is it?
Just take a seat. So, you'll have a lot of Normin acquaintances, but don't seem terribly interested in Normin.
Well, I mean, we're just friends is all.
What the? Just sit down already. Lila, you're underestimating them. Remember, we need to catch 50 of them or else.
You really like the Normin, don't you, Edna? You even got one on your umbrella.
You kidding me? I totally don't like them. Now, why won't you sit down?
The last time I sat down, it was to pull an all-nighter. That's bad for fair skin like mine, so good night.
Hey, sit down.
How are you going to go about this?
Just leave it to me. Let's meet with this Romano.
I have a bad feeling about this.
A bit of a fixer-upper, but it'll do. I have plenty of renovation money after all.
Using our little refund for renovation, just too smooth.
Are you Mr. Romano?
Who the hell wants to know? I've got this place reserved.
There's something I want to ask you. You can just buy works of art. Why are you getting them through such underhanded means?
She sure doesn't waste time.
Figures.
Who are you?
The scattered bones.
What?
Is this some kind of a joke, little girl?
A joke? Taking all the property from bankrupt people? Killing all the children you've used? You've really messed up now.
Oh, you think you can prove it?
Do you understand the situation you're in, Mr. Romano?
Oh, don't just stand there and protect me, you fools! Do your jobs!
Hellions!
Thanks for proving me right, Romano.
Are these the ones who killed the children? Ready? Strike! It's over! I need a hand! That did it! Freezing strike! Freezing fracture! Missing me! Lord of Wind!
This doesn't look good.
Wind blade! Dragon Blitz! Fear my wings! Wind blade! Dragon Blitz! Virulent Shock!
Pretty embarrassing.
Rose, get back! Virulent Shock! I need a hand! Here goes! Fear my wings! Wind blade! Torn Spear! Wind blade! Here goes! Fear my wings! This might be bad! Right!
This doesn't look good.
You feel it? Soul Resonance! Highly project Torrent Spear! Dark Star! Can you keep up? Come divine wings! Swarm the sky! Sylvestia! Strike! Here goes! Fear my wings! Come on! Gale Phantom!
Not done yet.
I'll strike you down! Put on your presence! Burn away!
Experience who use arts with hidden arts.
Break through! Burn away! Powers of Fate! Release
do some fortune telling. Please pick one.
So, which side is the front?
David, are you asking me out?
I kinda like your interpretation.
How could you do something so terrible for a few pieces of artwork?
Pieces of artwork? I am reclaiming these beauties from fools like you who would reduce such beauty to monetary value. Why would I buy them? I would never tarnish their value by degrading them to property. True beauty should rightfully be in the hands of one who truly comprehends it. Me! These works of art should be mine and mine alone. This is my calling, my war. I shall fight to protect artistic beauty the world over. For the sake of such a historic undertaking, who cares about one or two dead brats?
Can he be purified?
He isn't emitting any malevolence.
Figured.
Hold on a moment.
Help me!
May these weary bones find peaceful rest.
When did you... We figured out who these two are.
They're kidnappers who've killed over 30 people. There were requests from the victims' families.
Well, that's the end of that. Mission accomplished.
How should we report back to our client?
I'll tell the children myself. Could you come with me?
Of course.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Sorry for making you worry.
Well, as long as you're okay.
We've collected quite a few anomalous orbs.
You mean those orbs you get from mutant Hellions?
If you possess these orbs, you will be able to manifest powers beyond your ability. But there's also the risk of turning into a horrible monster.
Then wouldn't it be better to throw them away or break them?
It's fine for now since I've sealed its powers, but it's nevertheless something that can have a baleful effect depending on how it's used. And moreover, breaking them will cause malevolence to spread over the entire area.
So in conclusion, it's a good idea to pick these up as we go to avoid further problems, right?
Yes. But mutant Hellions are incredibly strong. If you ever find yourself in a tight spot, remember that there's no shame in escaping.
Got it.
Why did you kill them?
Quick! Stop him, Shepard!
Lila! She went mad with rage right after regaining consciousness. We couldn't do anything to stop her.
The memory of her companions getting killed had probably taken over her troubled state of mind.
And so, she became a Hellion once again.
In the end, I couldn't save anyone.
That's not entirely true. Think about it. If you hadn't purified her, she would have killed many more. If that was the result of her grief toward her companions, then she would be beyond redemption. The lad was just unfortunate is all.
The scattered bones have delivered their vengeance. So didn't he get his wish after all?
No. We just did what we had to, nothing more. That's not saving anything if you think about it.
Huh? Then why do it?
You know how all kinds of terrible things happen in the world lately? I want to do everything I can to stop them, before they start happening all over the place.
Of course, that's the duty of the Scattered Bones.
Yeah. We've had our share of hard knocks too. That's why it's our duty to put an end to it if we can.
Meaning that it's your job to kill.
Yeah. But it's true that a world where we don't have to kill would be best. Egil, Felice, Telfrin, Roche, and the others feel the same way. As do I. But Sorey, you can actually save them. Have confidence and just do your thing.
My job is to give life.
You got it. I had one more thing to say. Thanks, Sorey.
Huh? For what?
For not wanting me to have to keep on killing. I don't regret what I do, but I'm glad you worry for me.
I do understand your resolve as the leader of the Scattered Bones, but that doesn't change how I feel about it.
Stubborn as ever.
Look who's talking.
Well, glad we're not enemies.
And I'm glad that you're my squire.